El Exec, el Exec, el Exec. El Vélez, el Vélez, el Vélez. El fenómeno que todos quieren ser. El chamaquito que no pueden entender.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to the Exec Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Evan Leswas. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're new. Follow me on all my socials. The links are in the description. Thank you for all the support. All right, so Game 2 of the NBA Finals. And I already knew OKC was going to win. You know what I'm saying? Because I have OKC in 5. Okay? Still got OKC in 5. And the reason I have OKC in 5 is because of what they did in Game 2. You get 34 efficient 52% from Shea. Unstoppable. Midi assassin. You get 19 from JDub. Solid. That's what we need. And then we get 18 from Aaron Wiggins. We get 20 from Alex Caruso. And Chet has a good game, especially defensively. And what happens to Tyrese Haliburton? He has 4 points through 3 quarters. Scores 12 in the 5 points through 3 quarters. Scores 12 in fourth, but they were already down 20. They tried to walk it back, but OKC, I told you, once they take a 10-point lead, it is very, very, very hard to gain that back. The reason why is because every time down, you're not getting an easy shot. You're not getting 3 feet of separation on a 3. You're not getting a free lane. You're not getting 2 feet in the paint and you get to kick out to an open shooter. You're not getting none of that. I told you they were going to shut that shit off. They're going to shut them threes off. That's exactly what they did. Stayed home on the shooters. Still didn't allow Tyrese Haliburton to get in the lane because they played the 2 big lineup predominantly. They played Chet. They played Hartenstein. They both played great on defense. And then once you stick at Aaron Wiggins, a Lu Dort, JDub, a Shea, an Alex Caruso, once you stick him on Tyrese, he ain't going nowhere. Tyrese is not especially aggressive. He doesn't look to score. Okay? He looks to facilitate. He doesn't look to score. Now, if he looked to score maybe Game 3 tonight, maybe the Pacers have a chance first game at home, but I still got the Thunder. Thunder are 5.5-point favorites. I bet on that shit. I bet on Shea over 30. I think Siakam get over 20, you know, and JDub over 15. I think that is logical. But the rebounding battle, they lost. Pacers lost the rebounding battle. They lost the turnover battle, even though it wasn't as crazy as Game 1. And they didn't lose the battle at the free throw line, but it didn't matter because they were down 10, 15, 20, 23, and there was no coming back from that. And that's how this series is going to go. This series is basically a test of will. Will the Pacers stay close enough so the Oklahoma City Thunder have a possibility, because they're not always going to do it, have a possibility to get tight down the stretch? Or is the game going to be so much out of hand that it doesn't matter? And Game 2 was that. The game was so far out of hand, 15, 17, 18, 20, that it didn't matter in the fourth quarter. It didn't matter Tyrese was making shots. It didn't matter. They played Nembhard better. They played Siakam better. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just, it's more par for the course. What can the Pacers do at home that they don't already try to do on the road? They try to speed up the pace. They can't do it. They can't do it. Average time of possession during the regular season and in the playoffs before this finals was 4 seconds. Average time of possession. That means as soon as it's a make or out of or a rebound, it is getting pushed to the other end of the court because people are running. Guess what? That don't happen with OKC. They're already back on a make, already back. Lu Dort facing Alex Caruso, facing Tyrese Haliburton, making him take 4, 5, 6 dribbles in the backcourt, moving left to side. Every second that comes down means that more inefficiency for the Pacers offense in the half court. Average time of possession in game 2, 19.5 seconds per possession. That is not Pacer basketball, and that's exactly what OKC wants to force the Pacers into, and they can because they have the defensive personnel to do it. Even their superstar is a defensive monster, and it's only going to get better, but he's really good defensively. So there is, like I said at the beginning of this series, I could have had it in 4, but I gave the Pacers a benefit of the doubt to get 1. I thought it was going to be game 3, to be honest. But they got 1. They got game 1. I don't think they get 3, 4, or 5. That's just me. I just don't see a path for them, even if OKC plays 75% of their best. There is no way in hell that the Pacers can play a 80 to 100% efficient, great game with no turnovers or very little turnovers while Tyrese is being hyper aggressive and hitting his shots. Put it this way. I think they're like 14-1 or 14-0 when Tyrese scores over 20 points. But they're under 500 when he scores less than 20. And his season average is at 18. You feel me? So, like, if you know that if you score 20, you're most likely going to win the game, but you don't come out aggressive, you just don't got it in you. You don't got it in you. You don't got that Shea. You don't got that Curry. You don't got that Ant. You don't got even, well, Ant's a little young. I can't put him into that category as much as I want to. You don't got that Jalen Brunson. You don't got that Giannis. You know? That Mike, that Kobe, that Melo, that Wade. Like, I'm coming out here to dominate from tip. And nobody's stopping me. They don't got that. He doesn't have that. That's why Pascal Siakam is the scoring leader for this team. Because Tyrese doesn't want that responsibility. He'd rather dish it out. And that's the problem. Because if he takes 8 seconds to get from baseline to top of the key, what you doing? You ain't got much left. In basketball terms, because you still have to break down the defense. That's when you're facing the set defense right there. Right when you get after half court, right at the top of the key, and you're already at 16, 15 seconds left. When you're used to already being over half court with 19 seconds left, with 21 seconds left, because you pushed the ball. Can they do it this game? Maybe at the beginning, but as soon as OKC starts getting a rhythm offensively, that defense is going to start riling up. And it's wraps. I think they're winning over by 10 today. It'd be very surprising to me if the Pacers, over the long run of this game, can keep up defensively. But we shall see. They do shoot worse at home. They did lose to the Knicks at home. So we shall see what happens there. Shea is doing great. Shea is averaging 36 points on over 50% shooting. He has he scored the most 72 points. He scored the most of any player in his first 2 final games ever. Yes, including MJ. And I think he's just going to go for another 30 ball tonight. There is no stopping him. He's in such a good rhythm. He doesn't even need the foul bait no more. I mean, it was so efficient. 19 from JDub. Chet if Chet has another great strong game, everything else is a bonus. If you get Shea, JDub, and Chet to have great games, anything you get from Hardenstein, Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, Jay Williams, Isaiah Joe, Lu Dort is extra. It's just icing on top. And there's no way to stop it. It is what it is. I love Rick Carlisle, but there is no way to stop it. The Thunder are winning this shit in 5. It is done. They figured them out. Game 1, they let one slip away. That ain't happening no more. It's what it is. Denny Hamlin wins at Michigan after passing William Byron in the last 5 laps. Hendrick and Ford dominated the race for most of it, but the old vet gets it done again from a great fuel mileage race. He almost ran out of fuel, but he got it done. Hocevar was leading, and he blows a tire with the lead with less than 15 laps left. That gave Byron the lead, and Denny Hamlin chased him and Chris Buescher down. Denny does it again. Back in the championship hunt, trying to win that first one. Has 3 Daytona 500s. Already a Hall of Famer. Needs 1 chip. And that's it to cement everything as a driver. Denny is such a smooth driver. He can be aggressive when he needs to be, but he's not like Kyle Busch. He will beat you with racecraft. He'll beat you with strategy. He's like a crew chief inside the car. Kind of like how Tony was, Smoke. Because Tony was just a lot more aggressive. They were on the same team, but they were a lot more aggressive. Tony will bump and grind you, you know what I'm saying? Like, bumping's racing. That's what Tony would say, Smoke. But Tony's still very, very smart in the car. Like a William Byron, like a Kyle Larson, a Jimmy Johnson, you know. Who else? And there's so many. You know, Richard Petty, but Richard was just fast. Like, the king was just fast. Darrell Waltrip, Michael Waltrip, you know, the greats. The greats, Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett. But Denny pulled off a great race. He laid low, stayed in the top 5, got up to the top 5, went back. And Michigan's such a fast race that you just need momentum. And you'll start and catching people and blowing by them. They were hitting 204 miles an hour on the straight. It was insane. I told you it was fast, but shit. 204? We see that at Daytona. We see that at Talladega. We see that at Texas. In Michigan? Shit. They were hauling ass. But it was great to see. Hendrick and Ford were pretty dominant, but Denny with the Toyota, you know, made it happen. We have Formula One this weekend, Canadian Grand Prix. I think that Oscar Piastri is probably going to win. It'll all come down to qualifying, in my humble opinion, although there is passing at that track. There is overtaking. I expect a good to great outing from Lewis Hamilton. This is one of his favorite tracks. He's really good here. He's really good there. I expect a better showing from George Russell, Leclerc, but I think Oscar Piastri and Lando are just going to be above the rest. Max is very good at this track, but I think Oscar Piastri is just that man right now. Really just that dude. And then the Stanley Cup Finals, which I have ending in 6, and Game 3 was incredible. 6-1, Panthers at home. Incredible. And I don't expect anything else tomorrow either. It should be probably somewhere in the 5-3, 5-2. I mean, we score in the first period. We score in the second period. We score in the third period. We score in overtime if needed. And we do not stop. Brad Marchand, Barkov, Rodriguez, Tkachuk, Verhaeghe, Jones. It is non-stop. And I love it. Paul Maurice is a great coach, and we are outplaying the best the best player in the world and a top 5 player in the world in Leon Draisaitl. And we are making Skinner look childish out there on the ice. Sniping him over the shoulder, inside the post, kickback. Like, we are playing wonderful, tough hockey, and I love it. That's why we're going to be back-to-back champs. And Tkachuk cements his Hall of Fame legacy. Marchand gets his 5th title, which is insane. You know, we got guys like Sam Jones, Barkov. I mean, and Bobrovsky's playing his ass off, standing on his head. It is great to see. I expect us to win tomorrow, big. Go to Edmonton, probably drop it, and then win Game 6 here. Other than that, guys, I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Nick Chubb signs with the Texans. I think him and Joe Mixon are going to be great together. Terry McLaurin is looking for a deal, not at training camp. TJ Watt looking for a deal, not at training camp. Michael Parsons looking for a deal at training camp. Anthony Richardson hurt. Possibly the Daniel Jones era begins in Indy. AC joint gonna go to Dr. Neil Alatrosh, who did famously Aaron Rodgers' Achilles, but he also works on shoulders. Yeah, I think what's it looking like now? I'm really excited to see Travis Hunter. I'm really excited to see Ashton Genty. Jair Alexander gets released by the Packers. I think that the Dolphins should go after him. Probably don't have the bag for him, though. He's a very good corner. We just have to keep him healthy. A really good landing spot for him would be Washington with Marshawn Lattimore. Another really good landing spot would be Bills. The Chiefs could use Jair Alexander. In my opinion, the Bengals could use Jair Alexander. The Rams. There's contenders out there that could use him. Tampa Bay. You know, there's some teams out there that could use him. Tennessee. You know, he would be a very good addition to whatever team he goes to. A very good addition, especially if he can stay healthy. He's an all-pro corner. Shedeur Sanders is playing with the second team. He's looking good. He just needs to build on that. Other than that, that's actually about it. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Just keep watching my videos. Keep sharing them. Big things are coming. I promise you. Thank you guys for everything. And I leave you all with the outro.
El Exec,